I didn't think it was gonna move me in the direction. I'm glad it did.
But after Diddy used dubious footage to threaten him, Shannon Sharpe is going crazy. Fans and watchers are clamoring for specifics as a result of the startling revelation, which has set off a media firestorm. The dispute started when information was released by an unidentified source saying that Diddy had a compromising tape with Sharpe, according to close associates. The source stated that Diddy had threatened to leak the audio unless Sharpe cooperated with particular requests, the details of which are unknown but are believed to involve business dealings and public endorsements. The alleged effort at extortion caught Sharpe off guard because of his lively and outspoken demeanor on his podcast and program. After hearing about the tape, Sharpe reportedly lost it. According to those close to the threat, he was shocked, angry, and betrayed because he saw Diddy as a friend and a respected member of the entertainment business.
Yes. He said, he told me, and my guy Jordan is over there, he said, now they're gonna come for you. I said, can't come for me for what? I didn't say anything.
Right.
He said, they're gonna come. And they're gonna say a lot of different things. And they're gonna be some people that you thought you might be able to get that they're not gonna come now.
Right.
And that's absolutely has happened. That's absolutely has happened.
Although Sharpe has not yet responded to the accusations in public, insiders suggest that he is getting ready to do so. Legal counsel for Hedden has apparently been contacted, and plans are afoot for a public relations campaign to lessen the chance of reputational harm. Diddy, a well-known personality in the music and business industries, has been silent about the problem as well. His reps have chosen to withhold comment from the public until the situation plays out without confirming or refuting the claims. The silence has only increased rumors and heightened media interest. Social media users and news sources have been flooded with reports of the purported blackmail, and comments and fans have reacted in a variety of ways. Given Sharpe and Diddy's prominent roles, many are surprised and unhappy. In addition, discussions of trust, privacy, and possible power abuse in celebrity circles have been triggered by the event. Well-known people from the entertainment and sports sectors have commented on the disagreement. Another sports pundit, a Smith, said, "This is a very troubling situation. If verified, this amounts to a grave betrayal of trust and an intolerable violation of privacy. The claims of blackmail raise important moral and legal problems. Blackmail is illegal, and Diddy might be in serious legal trouble if the claims are proven true. Moreover, there are important ethical ramifications for all sides. The circumstance shows the susceptibilities and opportunities for abuse that public personalities have. Beyond the direct persons involved, this issue has larger effects since it brings attention to the dark side of fame and the pressures that come with being well-known. The possibility of releasing a videotape raises important questions about privacy, especially when used as a tool for coercion. However, when it comes to attack and taking advantage of personal weaknesses, Shannon Sharpe isn't going down without a fight. In case you missed it, he's bringing Cat Williams along with him. Shannon has recently been the target of criticism from a number of well-known celebrities who are offended by his repeated admissions about them. For whatever reason, these celebs are apparently trying to stop Shannon's show. Shannon blames Cat Williams for every accident, saying it all started when Cat appeared on his show. Shannon put Cat up for a tumble by accusing him of lying during their heated conversation. Things are about to become heated between these two, so Cat Williams, who is not one to back down, fires back at Shannon, calling him a liar, become involved in this nasty drama.
When they started calling me Unc, it's something that I took very serious because it's a very high form of endearment. They say they trust what I'm saying. And at the end of the day, everybody's not going to agree with what you say, Cam, nor should they. Because if everybody agree with what you're saying, obviously you're trying to appease the masses. Now, there are going to be a certain group of people you're never going to appease, nor should you attempt to, as long as you're true to yourself.
The industry is still in disarray almost 7 months after Shannon Sharpe's groundbreaking interview with Cat Williams was released. With over 70 million views on its own, the movie has cemented its place as a huge hit. One would think that by now, everyone would have forgotten about the drama. Not exactly, though. Fans are still enthralled, and Shannon is still getting criticism. Unexpectedly, he is now accusing Cat Williams of trying to destroy his life and business and holding him responsible for the bad fallout. The entire fiasco has continued since the podcast's debut. At first, Cat was the target of hate and criticism from other comedians and entertainers, which is reasonable considering how much tea he spilt on celebrities, which many found offensive. They thought he was disparaging and embarrassing other Black artists, which they found unacceptable. But in all honesty, he was pretty harsh on them, which made some think he was radiating hate. There had been claims of jealousy, and his success had not always been great. Kevin Hart also joined in, calling Kat a clown and slamming him on social media. Who's fit for a circus? It's difficult to find fault with Kevin because Kat also didn't hold back when she called Kevin a joke-stealing fake. Kat even went so far as to say that Kevin fakes being more famous than he actually is.
You're bad. My frustration with Cat Williams comes from, you keep pointing at Hollywood. Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions?
C claims that a lot of Kevin's boasts are made up, including a heated exchange in which they think Kevin orchestrated their dispute. It wasn't spontaneous. Rather, it started when Kat accused the industry of shunning him for telling the truth. Taking offense at this, Kevin Hart responded on The Breakfast Club, saying that Kat's ban was a result of his drug use and challenging attitude. Their continuing feud was fueled by this exchange. Kat's most recent comments regarding Kevin on Clutch Shay appeared to be a kind of payback, but Kevin hit back, referring to Kat as a clown who belonged in a circus. He critiqued the substantial back and forth that transpired between Kat and CBS during the show. But plot surprise is that Shannon said nothing at all while Kat was the target of criticism from all sides. He just watched his cat get roasted. He didn't address the haters or stand up for the cat. Bianca once remarked, "What goes around comes around again." Shannon is encountering criticism from the same people who disparaged Kat. He's losing badly because people won't give him a break following his interview with Kat, and he's finding it difficult to receive a C amid the barrage of critical comments. While Kat was the target of intense scrutiny at first, Shannon is now the center of attention. His criticism of Tyler Perry OI and even Monique's own kid in an interview with Monique caused the uproar. Shannon is currently dealing with a lot of criticism, with many accusing him of abusing his position to stir up needless drama among celebs who are Black. His show seemed mostly to be pushing Black artists to make fun of people who weren't there to stand up for themselves. One of the first comedians to call out Shannon and Kat was Dave Chappelle, who questioned their behavior by posing the question, "What part of the game is this?" He made the observation that they single out Black comedians while saying nothing about their white counterparts, who had never acted in a similar way. Chappelle asked why he would paint them in such a negative light, praising Kat as one of the best in the business. Despite the fact that wounded persons frequently cause suffering to others, Chappelle claimed that, in contrast to Kat, who he said frequently caused harm to others, he had been wounded but had never caused pain to others. In addition, he charged that Shannon and Kat were trying to harm the chances of other Black guys. Chappelle claimed that telling his own narrative would be tragic since he had lost everything and had never betrayed anyone, yet he still acted as though he was the final arbiter of truth. While the Cat listened carefully, Durr questioned the morals of disparaging someone else's hustle. When Dave started the talk about what part of the game involves snitching on a fellow player, it quickly became the focus of everyone's attack. Many people thought Shannon had invited controversial figures on purpose to stir up trouble and increase his viewership. And it paid off because his interviews with Monique and Kat went viral and got the most views. If Shannon's goal was to garner attention, then task accomplished.
Two mass shootings in America. One was in Iowa, and the other one was at Club Shay Shay. Cat told every goddamn out, everything. He told so much, Jada Pinkett went, "Why you telling so goddamn much?"
But let's face it, who doesn't love a little debate, drama, and juicy allegations? Still, a number of comedians have shared their disgust. For example, DL Hyde chastised Shannon for being disorganized and helping his guests spread misinformation about the people they were discussing. Rapper Ma made fun of Shannon by saying that he was anti-Black. He emphasized how Shannon criticizes Black people with great vigor, but stays silent when a white person confronts him. I won't mince words. Mace made a good case. As Dave Chappelle pointed out, both Kat and Shannon mainly criticized Black artists while excluding white people from the criticism and even accusing them of undermining their own community, which is now true to form. Shannon does appear to show more consideration towards white people. Shannon is placing the blame elsewhere, blaming Kat for the heated conversation. Kat is a Black guy. Shannon says that Kat started the conversation and he was just responding to what Kat had said. Shannon claims that Kat should take the brunt of the criticism because he was merely acting in his capacity as an interviewer, and he thinks it is unfair that he is receiving criticism. Additionally, he made a suggestion that some of Kat's stories on the podcast might not be totally accurate, suggesting that Kat might have made up or exaggerated certain details. Shannon emphasizes to his guests that they need not discuss topics that make them uncomfortable. He asserts that this approach is intended to help them feel more at ease and open throughout the interview. However, when it came to Kat, Shannon claimed that Kat was allegedly more than eager to start talking and that there were no gaps in his story. Bide, on the other hand, stated that there was no way for him to verify what Kat was saying and that it was unfair for him to be taking all the heat, but Hole on Kat has his own side of the story. According to an insider, Kat allegedly claimed that Shannon encouraged him to stretch the truth and even fabricate stories to make them more engaging. Honestly, that doesn't sound like Kat to me. Over the years, he has built a reputation for spilling the beans on other celebrities, revealing both the shadiest and the nicest figures in the industry. If Shannon was looking to stir things up, it makes sense why he would have Kat on his podcast. However, this situation involves a lot of he said, she said, and some fans believe that Shannon might be getting defensive because his podcast isn't achieving the impressive numbers it once did. In the weeks following his interview with Kat, he's been searching for someone to blame, and Kat has become the ideal scapegoat. The fans have been vocal about this, noting that Shannon Sharpe's platform has now led to the end of the claim that women are more contentious. They argued that Shannon Sharpe is becoming a messy Batman, and his impressive introductions are overshadowed by his chaotic behavior. If he doesn't adjust his approach, he might end up hosting media outlets that don't align with his brand. Sharpe's quest to become well-known and position himself as a big player similar to Wendy Williams has failed. I had no idea that so many of these films would become viral. Club Shay Shay, his podcast, has become incredibly famous, particularly following a groundbreaking conversation with comedian Cat Williams that is currently the most viewed podcast video on YouTube. Despite the podcast's success, this interview changed the way industry problems are discussed in public. In addition to making it extremely famous, Shannon is facing a lot of criticism from the entertainment business. He recently revealed in an interview that a lot of celebrities are trying to cancel his show and ruin his image. The situation escalated quickly, with threats being made and a lot of people who have previously promised to appear on his show suddenly pulling out. The amount of animosity has grown to such an extent that there are even whispers of possible threats to Shannon's safety. Having a candid talk with Cam Newton with a focus on putting his guests at ease and pushing them to share their stories candidly, Shannon shared his unique approach to engaging with them. He also unabashedly stated that he is not a journalist but rather a conversationalist who prefers to create a safe space for candid talks rather than sit down. More than just a change in profession, Shannon's transition from the sports industry to the media provided new possibilities for audience engagement and influence. His podcast has become a vital forum for talk in the Black entertainment community by having a wide range of noteworthy guests. Shannon is unwavering in his resolve to create a genuine forum for dialogue in the face of numerous scandals. Word of his important work has gone far.
I didn't know it was going to go viral. A lot of these clips that go viral.
Following Cat Williams' explosive interview in which he candidly voiced his opinions about a number of celebrities, including Kevin Hart and Steve Harvey, tensions skyrocketed. His comments have directly criticized Shannon's platform and caused additional discussion within the business. More than just a conversation, Cat Williams' presence on Club Shay offered an insightful look into the intricacies and apparent unfairness of the entertainment business. Seigi has brought attention to what he believes to be a structural problem in the industry by accusing a number of well-known people of compromising their morals in the chase of fame and wealth. The frank facts that Cat has revealed may be related to the criticism Shannon is facing. Prominent figures including DL Hyde and Steve Harvey have voiced their displeasure, which some have attributed to the podcast's revelation of difficult facts. Shannon perseveres in the face of these obstacles, exhibiting his fortitude and dedication to Club Shay. His aim is to keep the podcast a vital platform for candid discussions free from outside influences and the unpredictability of the business.
But in terms of what's going on in the news right now, if you haven't heard, Cat Williams had an explosive interview with Shannon Sharpe on a podcast recently where Cat Williams basically called out a lot of people in the industry, specifically comedians, specifically Kevin Hart, insinuating that Kevin Hart is a plant in the Hollywood industry, and questioning his. The way I received his comments was it was questioning Kevin Hart's work ethic and how he got to where he
whether
where
he even deserved to be there.
Right.
Shannon Sharpe's trajectory in the media shows his versatility and tenacity. Through the promotion of candid communication, he has made Club Shay into a forum for those willing to discuss and debate their realities in the entertainment business in spite of the constantly changing media landscape. Sharpe's determination is unwavering, as evidenced by the crucial role his show plays in ongoing celebrity disputes in the wake of his industry-shaking record-breaking interview with Cat Williams. Now that he's navigating a dangerous area among Hollywood's elite, Shannon feels challenged by Cat's acerbic comments from that memorable podcast episode. Steve Harvey took the high road when he addressed the problem on Jamie Foxx's satellite radio show. Steve quoted his grandfather saying that only moving targets get criticism, suggesting that Shannon's popularity came from his attacks on cats.
Nothing, but I felt very, very good because I knew the size of the Lady Game.
Rocks, yeah.
Don't did it, Pete Paul. Now I'm just saying. I just knew that. Cause I know they just wait. They wait.
They waiting on you.
We knew I'm talking about in basketball terms. Don't y'all be going this. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just the one time. I'm saying it for Ocho and I on Nightcap. No Diddy. We knew the Lady Game called.
He talked about how Steve basically stole his story of overcoming hardship, which included living in his car and being broke. Both of them focused on their work, thus this simmering argument went unresolved. Nonetheless, it erupted once more following Cat's frank comments about Club Shay on his radio show. Steve expressed his annoyance without naming anyone by name, but it's been rumored that he's been trying behind closed doors to dissuade famous people from coming on Shannon's podcast. According to reports, Miss is another well-known business figure who is unhappy with Shannon. Shannon is annoyed because in their interview, Monique publicly chastised Miss O for what she perceived to be deceptive behavior and for severing her career when Miss O refused to participate in an unpaid promotional tour for the film Precious.
Do you think people will respect you for the body of work that has gotten you here? Pro Football Hall of Fame, Super Bowl winning champion, multiple times Super Bowl winning champion, and arguably the best or one of the best tight end receiving tight. You was before your time. Let's just speak on that.
Yeah.
Right. As an athlete.
The criticism of Shannon has only grown as a result of this occurrence, complicating his relationships in the industry amidst these well-publicized disputes. After sharing her painful experiences of living with autism in an interview with Amanda Seales, Shannon faced personal backlash. Shannon was criticized by some for being condescending and for not paying enough attention to Seales' viewpoint, especially when it came to her discussion of systematic racism in her educational past. This incident increased criticism of Shannon's interviewing approach, with some suggesting he concentrate on less divisive, entertainment-focused hot-button topics. Notwithstanding the criticisms, a sizable audience finds Shannon's ability for drawing well-known people and encouraging candid discussions to be captivating. But the growing backlash from the industry and personal assaults, like the alleged targeted robbery at his home, underscore the dangers he faces in this unstable environment. Concerns regarding the validity of truth are raised by the ongoing turmoil surrounding Club Shay, which shows the intricate power dynamics in the entertainment industry. Revealing platforms in the face of strong resistance, Shannon's situation initiates a more extensive discussion regarding the effect of media individuals who question accepted standards and the risks they take when disclosing uncomfortable facts. Shannon's upcoming choices will have a significant effect on how this podcast develops and how he is seen in the media at large.
I don't. I've never been propositioned. I've never been approached. I try to create the best content that I possibly can. I try to create content that I feel that my viewing and listening audience want to see, want to hear. And that's the team that I've assembled. That's our job, is to try to create the best content.
As the narrative continues, Shannon Sharpe and Diddy are expected to come under close examination. Sharpe's response to the situation will be critical in determining how the public views him and how Diddy handles his career going forward. If the accusations turn out to be true, it would be very detrimental to his business interests and legacy. Fans and viewers are forced to conjecture and wait for more information in the meantime. The event serves as a sobering reminder of how easily personal and professional boundaries may blur in the complicated and frequently dangerous world of stardom. While both sides work through this problem, the claims that Diddy tried to use the film to blackmail Shannon Sharpe have damaged both of their careers and drawn major media attention. The impact will probably be felt beyond the entertainment and sports sectors, igniting debates about privacy ethics and the murky underbelly of star culture. If you like this video, be sure to watch some of our others that are featured on the screen.